Well, good morning. Trust again that you are well on this Thursday morning, and your worship has shifted back to God. Yes, we're talking about worship, and this morning, what you worship will reveal your future. What you worship will reveal into what you are heading into. We have a future, every one of us, and many times we think that, well, everything ends at death. Now, that's a lie. That's the beginning of life. Let me tell you, life with God, in the very presence of God. This is what we've been created for, to spend time in the presence of God, to worship God, to acknowledge who God is, to acknowledge that God is our Father. And that is why we pray, Our Father, which art in heaven. Our Father in heaven, seated in heaven. That is where we look to. We look to the future of spending time in the very presence of God. Now, when we go back to the fall of man in the book of Genesis, we see the lie of the enemy in action. Now, listen. In Genesis 3, 4 through to 5, it says, the serpent said to the woman, man, let me tell you, whenever you encounter the devil and you have a conversation with him, he's going to come out with a bunch of lies. That is why we do not listen to the enemy. That is why we do not listen to the lies of the devil. Because listen to what he says. Now, he's about to tempt Eve, and he's going to bring her into this place of temptation, and he says to her, you will surely not die. Remember this, God says, if you eat of that tree, you're going to die. Now he comes back and he says, no, you won't die. Was that a lie? No. You see, we know that that wasn't a full truth, because again, the enemy doesn't always come with the full truth. He comes with part truth. And he says, you will not die, for God knows that in that day you eat from it, your eyes will be opened and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. Now that's a lie. Because again, remember, God created man in his image, in his likeness. The very likeness, the very image of God is in us, in you and I. Again, built into us. We know who our creator is. We know who God is. We didn't evolve from a blob of some sort of matter. We were created, man was created from the dust of the earth. This is what God teaches us. And then God breathed into himself. And then he took from the side of man, woman, and he created woman. So woman came from man. Again, the very image and the likeness of God. Now, the created, this is the problem. You see, the lie, declaring that man was created by God, a created being could become like God as creator. Now that's a lie. Again, we have been created by God, and we look to God as the creator of us, the creation, the creature at the end of the day, if we can use that term. You see, the created wanted to become the creator. This is the problem again. This is what man wants. We see it all happening throughout the world. Man wants to become the creator. Look at AI. That is scary, because man wants to become the creator, not realizing that he has been created by God. He's a creation of God, not of something that fell out of the heavens, and all of a sudden we got onto our all fours and eventually onto our twos, and then became this incredible creature that we see before us. Now, again, listen, the reason why man wants to become a creator is because he wants to become equal with God. Now we know that we cannot be equal with God, because we have been created by God. We have been created to worship him, to fellowship with him. The reason why man puts science before God, places evolution as the creation of man, and the Big Bang over God's creation, man wants to be a God himself. And we've seen it, and we still see it. We see it through rock idols. We threw it through Hollywood stars. They all think they are God and goddesses, not realizing that they are created beings by God who deserve their worship, not to be worshipped. And the problem again with so much is happening even within the church, men are placing men on pedestals and worshiping man instead of worshiping God, their creator. See, man has lost the direction in life and still takes the direction after the father of all lies. We still listen to the lies of the enemy. Now, technology has become a wonderful tool for humanity, but man is busy building his own Tower of Babel. What does he want to do? He wants to reach into the heavens with this, of his own abilities, doing his own and bringing glory to himself. And again, anything that we ever do, anything that we ever create, we need to bring glory back to God, because we are God's creation. And as a result of this, God has given us the abilities to do that, what we are able to do with our two hands. Yeah, God gives us those abilities. You see, God gives us the understanding. God gives us the knowledge to build what we are busy building. But you see, man is saying, no, I'm a God. I'm going to build my own. I'm going to build that what is going to worship me, because I want worship. Look what I've done. Look what I'm able to do. Look what I'm able to create. Look what I'm able to do with my two hands. Look at this. I bring this thing to life. Am I not a God? You see, this is where man wants worship. The Tower of Babel was man trying to reach above the stars, be a godlike figure to themselves. This is what they were trying to do. They were trying to do the very same thing that the devil tried to do in Isaiah 14 verse 13. He says, I will ascend to the stars. Isn't it crazy? Don't we see this happening right now? We see this with NASA trying to reach into the stars. Isn't that the Tower of Babel being built right before us? And what did God do when the Tower of Babel was being built? He brought confusion. You see, man, I believe, is in a confused state at this time. What you worship will reveal your future. Again, you need to shift your worship back to God as our Father, as our Creator.